Over the past few decades, men have been infected with declining testosterone. So, I'm going to give you 5 absolute pillars to bring those back to baseline, make our ancestors, and make Liver King proud. Let's skyrocket those numbers naturally, baby. Picture your average everyday male nowadays. He's around 16 years old, stays inside probably 16 hours a day. He's playing Fortnite, spending all his parents' money on V-Bucks, eating probably lollies and chips for his diet. His testosterone is going to be far worse than, let's say, your old caveman child who was hunting animals for a living. Your average 16-year-old these days is hunting pigs on Minecraft. Your average 16-year-old back in the day was probably hunting pigs with his father in real life to put food on the table for his actual family. I'm being such a tryhard with boosting my testosterone levels that I put my damn desk outside so I can work whilst getting vitamin D and keeping those test levels absolutely optimized. Now I'm going to be giving you 5 essential pillars to absolutely skyrocket your testosterone naturally. Before I give you the absolute keys into winning life, I need you to do one thing, and that is chuck a like on the video. Last video we hit over 1,000 likes, so that's really impressive. I want to see if we can hit 1,000 likes again on this video. If so, I will eat my own 9 to 5 compound shorts. So that'd be amazing. If you don't click like on the video, you're literally a shriveled up little, as Hamza would say, Jeffrey. So go get that done, mate. Go actually smash the like button. It costs you nothing. You can undo it if you don't actually like the video. Oh, and also I found out that 99% of the people who watch the video actually unsubscribe. So please make sure you subscribe, you absolute freeloader. This is why you're getting nowhere. It's because you don't actually support people who are putting good information out there and you just want a free ride with everything. So what is testosterone? Well, I don't know. So let me look it up on my phone. Testosterone is the primary sex hormone and anabolic steroid in males. Okay, so basically more testosterone equals more man. So if you're really skinny, you can't put any muscle mass on, and you're just a coat hanger, built like an absolute lawn chair, built like a twig stick, built like a cheese stringer, built like one of those balloons outside the car place like this, you've probably got low testosterone. So let's work on picking that back up. So one way you can actually read your testosterone, well, I think it's the only way, is you need to get a blood test done. I'm pretty sure it is called a hormone panel. So let me just pull up my last testosterone readings, okay? So I had one done in 2020, also had one done in 2021. Now the first reading here is basically a standard deviation of testosterone. Now that's some sort of math stuff. A standard deviation is just I don't know, look it up. I could have told you when I was in school, but I haven't used it since. Essentially, for a healthy functioning male around my age of 24 years old, the reference base for this standard deviation is 12 to 31.9. Now in 2020, mine was 32.7. And then obviously, because we went absolute Sigma male monk mode, it is that right? 38. It's pretty good. Alrighty, so number 1, first and foremost, the most bang for your buck here that most people neglect is maximizing their sleep efficiency and sleep quality. So the target you want to be aiming for is 8 hours each night of time asleep, not time in bed, okay? So basically, if you're spending 9 hours in bed, you will probably achieve 8 hours of sleep. Now, this can be tracked through a few different tracking devices. I use a Whoop, link down below if you want to join. It is a huge investment into yourself, but that gives me literally the best sleep analytics possible. If you're really serious about the numbers side and actually understanding your sleep quality, it is probably the best thing you can do. Now, some of the most crucial things you can do to actually boost your sleep up and make sure you're having the fattest sleeps every single night is firstly a really simple one, and that is to make sure you're going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every single day. A few other things is no caffeine 8 hours before bed. You got to be careful of that caffeine half-life. Try to get light exposure in the morning and light exposure at night. Another really good way to regulate good sleep is wake up with a cold shower and then before bed have a hot shower. And then obviously make sure your room you're actually sleeping in is a very comfortable bed. It's blackout, there's no light kind of stimulating you late at night. You don't have notifications or any sounds on. Try not to go on your phone before bed, and just really have a good wind down technique before you actually fall asleep. For me, I like to meditate 30 minutes before bed. Not every night I can do that, but I find I do have my best sleeps when I am able to do that. I'm super interested in these numbers and actually identifying trends. So if that is something you're interested in, I have just released a new tracker. It's basically a life spreadsheet where you can track every single variable of every single day. I've been working on it for 6 months. I know the true fans have been really keen on this one and will be copying straight away. So if you do want to get on board for this is one of the greatest investments you can make into your life. It is available on the website, and if you use code YouTube, you will get 10% off. It is pretty damn comprehensive. You can track everything from sleep, body weight, your macros, your calories, if you trained in the morning, if you did your cardio, if you got light exposure, alcohol consumption, general mood. For me, when I know I need to improve things, this is my baseline. And if I get back to that, I know I can just tick off everything for the entire day and make sure I'm making progress every single day. So the third one is going to be related to training and diet. The fuel you actually put into your body is so important for regulating those important male hormones. So in combination with all of these pillars I'm giving you, I want you to start eating like an absolute monster. Now that doesn't mean to be absolutely binging on junk food. That just means eat the caloric intake slightly above, if not at your maintenance. So I would recommend a 10 to 15% surplus if you're trying to lean bulk. If you're trying to trim down a bit, don't go into too much of a deficit. Red meat is just a non-negotiable if you're about hormone optimization. You need to be eating it. I'm talking grass-fed steaks, that kind of high quality stuff. I don't go to that really full-on Erling Haaland or Liver King, you know, eating organs and all that stuff. To me, I just couldn't stomach that, so I just focus on a nice grass-fed steak. If you can stomach things like liver and brain and heart and all that kind of wacky stuff, then go for it. I'm sure it's actually pretty good for you. Just think whole foods, less processed. Overall, try to get as many nutrients into you as possible. I promise you, you'll be feeling, recovering, and performing way better if you do. The last one on the diet side is make use of those healthy fats, eggs, things like that. That is going to help raise your cholesterol levels, and that just goes hand in hand with testosterone and male hormone regulation. Number 4, stop drinking, stop smoking. It's actually crazy how much alcohol consumption impairs both your recovery and your testosterone production. Not only do many males out there actually struggle after a few drinks and getting it up, it's actually a huge issue, but worse than that, moderate levels of drinking on a regular basis are going to impair your testosterone levels. Now, I do have a pretty kitted out cocktail cart here, a few cigars. That is because I do like to pick my moments, not every weekend, not twice a week, maybe once a month. At this point, I will pick a moment to go and have a good time with my friends. It better be for a damn good event to impair my recovery that much. It's when you're drinking multiple times a week or even once a week drinking heavily, your training, testosterone recovery is just going to be in the absolute toilet. Same thing with the vapes, with the cigarettes, anything like that. This is going to impair performance so heavily. Check out one of my most recent videos on vaping and gym progress for all the details on that. Let me give you the summary though, it is not good. Alrighty, so final pillar of boosting your testosterone naturally, you want to make use of different exposures. So light exposure, cold exposure, heat exposure. I like to start off my morning with a cold shower, wakes me up, and then of course a sauna with heat exposure. Next best thing you can do is like before bed, heat exposure, just a hot shower. That will force your core body temperature to be brought down and you'll fall asleep like an absolute baby. So the third one is going to be a huge lifestyle factor. That's going to be relating to your exercise regime. If you don't exercise at all, you're missing out on a huge potential benefit of gains in your testosterone. The most bang for your buck is going to be with weight training, more specifically strength training, you know, getting those neuromuscular adaptations from, you know, training in a powerlifting style or Olympic lifting style, where you're actually really pushing your body with lifting heavy weight and progressively overloading. In saying that though, you guys know I do like to do quite a bit of cardio in the mix as well to make sure my lungs are functioning well, make sure I'm feeling healthy, but I also like to be strong with the kind of strength-based training and then look good with the bodybuilding training. So if you want testosterone absolutely seeping out of your skin, weight training is a non-negotiable. You just have to be doing it. If you guys do need a bit of guidance with that, obviously my power building program is linked in the description. That is powerlifting mixed with bodybuilding. A bunch of you already on it. I think it is the most popular program for males in Australia, young males in Australia. There's thousands of you on it, and that is essentially how I train powerlifting mixed with bodybuilding. We'll give you all the exercise tutorials and an 11-week structure and a testing phase on week 11, so you can actually test your 1 rep maxes and see how much gains you've made in terms of the strength department. Guys, implement these 5 pillars and you'll be a raging bull filled with testosterone. Of course, if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to click the like button, costs you nothing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more future tips, and comment down below how you enjoyed it or perhaps any constructive feedback for how we can make these videos better. Also comment down below if you have any video ideas that you really want to see. I read and reply to all my comments. And of course, if you do want to support me but also support yourself with your own journey of growth, my power building program, meal plans, apparel line, link in description, and of course my brand new trucker that you guys can be the first to get your hands on and absolutely take control of your life is the link in the description too. Thank you guys so much for watching.
What do I want to say? What do I actually want to say here? What am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? If you are...
Hello, everyone.